Hello. This week's episode on the 80s Twilight Zone is The Shadow Man, followed by The Uncle Devil Show and Opening Day. So, the first part is... I can't. First part is The Shadow Man, which stars Jonathan Ward. Now, Jonathan Ward, not a fantastic long career or anything like that, but he did star in Mac and Me, and I noticed this when I put on this t-shirt, this is my ET t-shirt, Mac and Me, of course, being the sad little rip-off of ET that it was. Much maligned. Heather Haas, who plays Lynn, she gets a second episode. She was also in Iron Eagle and some other stuff, but didn't blossom into a full Hollywood career. The Shadow Man gets up from under the bed, does his line, opens the window and leaves. But he doesn't crawl through the window as far as we can see. It looks like he just sort of faces through the wall, but we don't actually get to see it. And I wonder, why does the window open if he just goes through it anyway? Like, if he can just travel through the wall, why would he need the window to be open? Makes very little sense. It has one of those segments where he gets up and he's talking to our main protagonist, and the shadow work is fantastic. It's a very bright light source, very close to the actor, and they have it cast on the wall. Looks like that, and it is superb. Like, that is very difficult to pull off. And of course, the episode ends with the Shadow Man from another bed going up to strangle him. And while the other kids were only injured, this implied that he is actually killed by this Shadow Man from under someone else's bed. It's just a great episode, very Twilighty. I think it could have done with a bit more treatment, but it's great. Next, we get The Uncle Devil Show, which is very short, very condensed idea. It stars Joel Potus, which we've seen as Fuchs in The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing. And Murphy Dunn, who played the keyboard for the Blues Brothers, and also a prolific voice actor, done a bunch of interesting things. They have a dog that they changed. They put practical it's a makeup effect on the dog, which I'm guessing is kind of tricky to do, but it now is a four-eyed dog. And this reminds me a lot of a source book for Werewolf the Apocalypse from White Wolf Games back in the sort of early 2000s, I'm guessing, late 90s possibly, that talks about how evil corporations, in this case a corporation called Pentex, influence kids early on with like a play set and things. And this is very much like that. Like, he gets a toy set with magic props that actually do magic and stuff. So this is how you shape a future occultist, right? It's lovely, and I like how the father goes to personal attention. That's what it's all about, and then gives nothing as the world changes around him and doesn't know what his kid is doing. Finally, we get to Opening Day, which stars Jeffrey Jones, who was in Ferris Bueller's Day Off and then had some trouble with his career. He's still on track, but he's had some trouble with the law. And Michael Cove, who we of course know as Kreese from Karate Kid. And it has this lovely indoor set with a lake where they do some hunter clubbing on their canoe. And the first rifle shots don't have any smoke off them, although the second volley actually does, which I like. I'm thinking that any competent policeman would instantly spot that he'd been hit in the head multiple times. Like, he's not just fallen off and hit his head on the boat. He's been like clobbered, and then be like circular depressions when he stabbed the barrel into him over and over. And then you have this sort of mist of unreality whenever the positions are switched, rather than using a Dutch angle, which would sort of say that this is an insanity or dream or something. But here you have this weird mist, and you have the party looking very weird with people not interacting with one another, stuff like that. And then it ends with a reversal. And it reminded me a lot of the occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge, with this sort of last moment being replayed in a completely different way than how reality plays out. And we only get one sort of sharp position where the two are interposed on top of one another, or superposed, I should say. And you have this, the watch disappears and then he falls overboard. Next week is one of the weirder episodes. I think it's The Beacon and One Life Furnished in Early Poverty. And I look forward to seeing you then. Take care now.